Welcome back to CBSN. It's election night across the country, and one of the most closely watched races being decided today is the Virginia gubernatorial race. Current Democratic Lieutenant Governor Ralph Northam is up against former RNC Chairman Ed Gillespie. While many polls have consistently shown Northam ahead, the race has dramatically tightened in recent weeks. Polls have now closed across the state, but we're still waiting for results to come in. Joining me now is current Virginia Governor, Democrat Terry McAuliffe. Thank you, Governor.
Great to be with you.
I just want to ask what your take is on what's happened up to this point, what you're feeling going into tonight.
Well, I'm very comfortable. I've predicted for a while that we were going to sweep all three statewides. Now you've seen the turnout numbers come in. We've had a record turnout in Arlington, Alexandria, Fairfax, Richmond, and Hampton Roads. It feels good. People are coming out tonight. They are going to reject the hate and fear that the Gillespie campaign brought in, and they're going to go for what we've had in Virginia, a great economy, record investment in education, moving forward with hope, and it's going to be a great night for the Democrats.
You mentioned Gillespie. He talked a lot about crime, being tough on crime, immigration, MS-13, talked about Confederate monuments and keeping the monuments up. What's your take on what he's said throughout this campaign?
Well, the reason why he had to go to hate and division and bigotry was because he couldn't run on the economy. As you know, Virginia now has the second lowest unemployment rate of any major state in America. We've had a record amount of economic investment, $18.7 billion, $6 billion more than any administration. Couldn't talk about education, record investment in education. So he couldn't go there, so he went to try and divide people. And that's what his campaign was all about. His ads were disgraceful, but that's going to be rejected tonight. Look at the turnout. We are going to have the largest turnout we've ever had in a gubernatorial election. That's already clear from the initial numbers, and it's going to be a big night for the Democrats tonight and to continue to move Virginia forward in a positive way. We are rejecting Donald Trump campaign tactics. We're going to reject Ed Gillespie's tactics, and we are going to elect Ralph Northam and Justin Fairfax and Mark Herring. 4 great years, and let's have a continuation more of what we've had.
You talk about the divisive campaign of Gillespie. I want to mention in our exit polling, 60% of Virginians said that Confederate monuments should be left in place. Do you think that the Democrats are out of step on that issue?
Well, listen, the reason why Ed brought that into this campaign, as I mentioned earlier, he couldn't talk about any of the other issues out there. What people want us to focus on, I think what you saw in those exit data, is they're happy with the state. People are very happy in the way we're going. I mean, Donald Trump today has a 31% approval rating in Virginia. So Donald Trump wanted to talk about monuments. Eddie Gillespie wanted to talk about a monument. He was trying to divide people. That's not what Ralph's campaign was all about. It was about bringing people together, talk about the successes that we have had over the course of the last 4 years, and here's where he wanted to take Virginia forward. I mean, as you know, Ralph Northam, a pediatrician, he served in the military, great record as lieutenant governor, as a state senator. He had the positive message. And Ed's campaign was negative, 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 trying to divide people. And I think the message that will come out of here for the nation tonight, you cannot win the Trump Bannon tactics, the Gillespie tactics. You can't win. People want you to do something for them. They want you to lean in on the issues. And that's what we've done in the last 4 years. And we're going to reject that tonight. And this is going to be quite a message for the country. We're moving forward here in Virginia. We reject fear, division, and hatred in our beautiful state.
Some are looking at this race and saying it's a referendum on President Trump. The exit polling showing Virginia voters, about half say it's not about Trump. What's your take on that?
Well, it's interesting that still 50% say it was. I mean, you're running for governor of the state. You're not running for president of the United States of America. So clearly Trump had a big impact. He was actually doing robocalls today. He was doing his ridiculous tweets today. I mean, he just made himself look ridiculous. But the good news out of tonight is that's going to be rejected, and it's going to be rejected by big numbers. For the Democrats to sweep all 3 statewides and pick up a bunch of House of Delegates, that's the message coming out of here tonight, and it's a message of hope and optimism.
Governor, you're out of a job in a couple of months. What are you doing after this?
Yeah, you know, I'm going to have to start looking for work in a couple months. But, you know, I think no question I have loved this job. We've had great success. We did what we promised. 90% of the campaign goals that I talked about 4 years ago tonight, we were able to accomplish. So I want to finish here strong. I leave for Europe tomorrow on another trade mission. I want to get some more jobs in before, so I'm going to run through the tape and then let you and I talk after the 13th of January.
You're going to run for president, right? You're going to announce it here?
I'm finishing strong as governor.
Thank you so much, Governor Terry McAuliffe of Virginia.
Thank you. Great to be with you. Thank you.